What's up, guys? I'm going to be very, very clear that this is a ranting video. I do not mean to rant about this game. I just am a very opinionated person. Some people like that, some people don't. And that is what this video is going to be, unfortunately. I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of you guys are like, man, a new YouTube video from Living. That's cool. Let's see what it is, man. Maybe it's a challenge video. I don't have a computer. I only have 14 minutes and 57 seconds to make this video. And I have made this video multiple times because I just seem to get wrapped up in my thoughts and my words and ramble on, so I'm going to try to keep it very concise. Let me first talk about what you guys just saw. You guys saw Josh Reddick pitching. Now, you guys are still seeing this same game. You guys are like, Livin, why is Josh Reddick pitching? It's because I couldn't press the start button to sub him out. I brought him in to pinch hit, and he decided to stay out there and pitch. It wouldn't even let me bring in the pitchers that I had warmed up to come in that inning. It was the bottom of the 8th. My opponent couldn't press start either. I couldn't press left, right. The D-pad was not working. My opponent's D-pad wasn't working either. So we had Josh Reddick. Josh Reddick actually got a 1-2-3 inning. That's not the point. Not the point. That shouldn't happen in this game. Now, it happened at the end of the game. I understand that probably 90% of the time, people that are down by 2 runs late in the game with only 3 outs remaining for their offense usually lose games. But the fact that I couldn't even pause the game was somewhat annoying to me. So now that I've explained what you guys saw, I'm going to get into the nitty gritty. I'm going to get into my rant. Hashtag Living Rants. Some people like them, some people don't. If you don't like them, I completely understand, and I will holler at you later. But let's get into this, bro. The gloves are getting thrown to the ground, and we're going boxing, and I'm going to knock some people out. Okay? This is it. First things first, let's talk about the freaking glitches in this game. Like that one. Let's talk about the glitches in this game. Let's talk about the double play glitch. When you hit the first base and the first baseman throws it to second base, for some reason, the second baseman decides to throw it like a 6-year-old girl to the first baseman, and 99% of the time, guess what happens? That guy that's running from home to first beats it out, and you only get 1 out. Let's talk about base running, right? On online games. Let's talk about how if you have a guy second and first and you hit a gapper and you're like, sweet, maybe the guy from first can score from home. You press R1 or L1 to advance everyone. They just decide not to run. Now, people are saying maybe you have it on assisted base running. Well, maybe I do. Okay? But that should not mean that if I tell them to do something, they should not do it. They just decide to not go home. And then when I do tell them to go home, guess what ends up happening? They get stuck at third base. And then they get thrown out. How many people have had base running mistakes that you're like, man, that's on me? No, that's not on you, man. It's the game. It's the game that decides, hey, you know what? You're not supposed to come home. Let's talk about directional hitting compared to zone hitting. Online, mostly. I understand the people that want to do zone or no. I understand the people that want to do directional hitting, right? You like it. It's easy. Why not? It's rookie. It's rookie. Wear your mama's panties too, okay? Directional is for pansies, 100%. I don't see people use directional who are actually not pansies. I'm sorry, bro. Now it's getting real 4 minutes in, okay? You cannot sit there and tell me that makes sense. That you can use zone, and then you go up against someone who is using directional. Because directional, we all know it's easier to hit with directional than it is with zone. We all know this. And anyone that says, oh, that's not true, you're a pansy too, okay? Because you do not truly understand the game then. It's the equivalent of saying, I know you guys hate when I compare games. It's the equivalent of saying, like in NBA, on head-to-head, if you're playing somebody head-to-head in NBA, and you have Kyrie Irving, and they have Kyrie Irving, and I want to do a crossover move, right? So I flick the stick a certain way to do a crossover move. This guy wants to do the same crossover move, but guess what? He doesn't have to have the stick because he decided to do easy crossover moves. So all he has to do is press X. And he does the exact same crossover move that I did. But he just has to press X. I actually have to know how to flick the stick certain ways to do it. That's the equivalent, in my opinion, with zone hitting and directional hitting in MLB 16, The Show. Online, there should be only one style of hitting, and it should be zone. Directional ruins games. How many times have people thrown fastballs way up in the zone or a sinker down in the dirt, and for some reason it gets knocked for a jack because this person who you're going up against used directional. And it's based on timing and matchups between the hitter and the pitcher. BS. That is BS. Okay. I've ranted enough about the gameplay, but I want to mention one more thing because it just popped in my head. Let's talk about how you throw the ball home and the catcher or the pitcher decides not to tag the runner coming home. That's BS, because that one run could change the game. Again, everything that I've mentioned can change the game. Can determine whether a win or a loss goes in your favor or against your favor. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie. There have been glitches that have gone my way, and I've won games because of them. We've all been on the receiving end of those glitches, or I guess let's say the positive end of the glitches and the negative end of the glitches. We've all been on both sides. But we have just been accustomed to accepting these glitches in this game. But again, with NBA, I know you guys are going to hate me for this, but guess what? In NBA, there are no glitches online. It's not like you dunk on somebody and then the ball spurts out of the hoop and goes into the stands. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. Or you pass it to the big man and it and the big man falls over and the ball trickles out of bounds. That doesn't happen. But in this game it does, and we've just come accustomed to it because guess what? This game gives us the bells and whistles, and we accept that as oh man, this is awesome, all these flashback cards. But it's when we actually look at the gameplay in this game and the online head-to-head gameplay, this game is treating us like a bunch of fools, man. This game is treating us like a bunch of fools. Let's talk about shifts before I go into packs and stubs and all that stuff, because I have a plan, because again, I've been trying to make this video for a long time. Let's talk about shifts. Now, shifts are something in baseball that exists in baseball in real life, and it's cool that they have implemented them into the game this year. Amazing, right? Really cool. Raise your hand if you have, if you just play the game, you don't really look at, your defensive alignments. If we don't look at your defensive alignments for every single batter, guess what? There are times when you don't know that your shift is on, and the batter peeps that, and the pitcher, for example, does a bunt and beats it out. Or the pitcher, you jam him, and the pitcher bloops it to the left side, but guess what? There's no one at the left side, so he beats it out for a single. Or let's talk about D. Gordon and all that cheese. The bunts, the continuous bunts. They said bunt cheese was fixed this year. I don't think so, man. I don't think so, bro. 100%. 100%, bro. Okay. That's not about the gameplay. We're hitting the 9-minute mark. If you're still here, sweet. Right, I'm still here in the chat. Because not many people like these rants, but I need to say this. Let's talk about stubs, man. Let's talk about stubs. Let's talk about the fact that we can't get stubs. Let's talk about how a majority of people had to buy stubs to get them. Let's talk about Conquest. Let's talk about the fact that Conquest is a grind. A grind. A grind. Now, I understand that they don't want to just give us a team But they are literally telling us to sit there and grind it out. Grind it out. It's the equivalent of the journey things in Madden. Oh, wait. It's not. Because in Madden, you actually get a decent amount of coins for doing those things. Now, in Conquest, you get cards. But you don't get stubs, really, from playing those games. It's not like anyone has like 1,000,000 stubs because they completed Conquest. Okay? And plus, with these cards, guess what you have to do, man? You get the ability to unlock these cards, but then you have to use the stubs that you got from playing Conquest to buy cards, to get collections, to feed this card so that you can get like Ichiro, so that you can get Jim Edmonds, so that you can get Beltray, Fielder, you know, all these guys, Reddick even. You can do that, but you have to use the stubs that you got to get it. Excuse me? You're not just going to give it to me for sitting here for 20 hours playing this shit? Playing these grinded out games, playing on rookie, playing on Hall of Fame, whatever it is. You know, these 3-inning games. I understand the 3 innings. I understand they're not 9 innings. God, dude, if there were 9 innings, no one would play that shit. So congratulations to Mlb The Show for peeping that and being like, no, we need to make this 3 innings. But at the same time, you're playing the computer. Ain't no hype in that. Ain't no hype in that, man. Ain't no hype in that at all. Like the game mode, like the idea of having a lot of new cards. But there's a difference between grinding it out for something and grinding it out for nothing. You know what I mean? Anyway, back to the whole stub thing. They need to fix the stubs, bro. The stubs, we don't get enough stubs for playing games. You don't get enough stubs basically for just turning on the game. You just don't, man. You just, I mean, it's constant, bro. We just don't get stubs. And I understand that they took away the triple play challenge because people were abusing it. I completely understand that, okay? Because they were abusing it. But you got to give us something. You know, if I sit here and play a 9-inning game on head-to-head Diamond Dynasty or whatever, you know how many stubs I should get? 500 stubs or 300 stubs. Guess how many I get? There are times when I get 50 stubs. I get 100 stubs, maybe. You kidding me? I'm going to sit here for 9 innings, and I'm going to win this game, and you're only going to give me that? Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the F out of here. Doesn't make sense, man. Now, I know people are like, man, stubs aren't that important. You can use tickets to do all this stuff. That's true. You can. You can use tickets. Very, very true. I love the captain sets. I love the tickets. I love it, man. That's the only thing I love about this. The only thing I love about this. I want to end with packs. I want to end this rant with packs. They're a ripoff. This weekend, they dropped 2 different packs. They looked all shiny and flashy, and it said a double chance to get a gold or a diamond. So we're like, sweet, man, let's go, man. We've been waiting for this. Because we all know when we open up those regular packs, we're getting a bunch of shit. And, you know, we're getting upset. So we're like, man, double chance? Let's go. And we're like, hey, it's 5,000 stubs. It's got to be worth it, right? So we open up the packs. We get bronze, bronze, bronze. We look at it a little bit more closely, and we get the same bronze twice. So we get 3 cards, the same bronzes. We can't quick sell them. Even if we do quick sell them, they're going for about 10 stubs. So again, it goes into the fact that we can't get any stubs from it. So we're like, man, that sucks. We open up another one. Silver, bronze, bronze. Open up another one. Bronze, common, common. Common, common, common. Bronze, bronze, bronze. You guys getting the pattern here? You guys getting kind of understanding the pattern? They're not giving us shit, man. And if you think about it, if you really think about it, right? It's double the chance. It's double the chance in these packs for a gold and diamond. If that's true, what are our chances on the regular packs if people are pulling shit? Makes no sense, bro. They need to fix the pack luck. You guys are saying, man, this ain't no money grab. It's 5,000 stubs, and we're not getting shit. That's a money grab, because we're paying for that shit. Anyway, I'm out of time. You guys have a good night.